That is Sator from Tenet, which if you haven't seen Tenet twice, see Tenet twice. Tenet once was terrible. My brother and I watched it in our theater down here, and or my theater down here. And it was an incomprehensible, it felt like 5 movies in one movie, but it was like too much. Watch it a second time. And then go with the vibes. Tenet's amazing. Anyway, HiFiman Arya Organic. So, previously on this channel, you can go back and watch me pretty much gush over the Ananda Nano. It is now on the wall where the previous Ananda was. I have gotten rid of the previous Ananda, and it has been replaced by the Nano. And in the video of that, previously on this channel, I basically stated that is better than everything HiFiman has ever made up to the point of that, except for maybe Zeospantera and maybe Arya, original Arya. However, Arya Organic, and I tried to look for a plant-based waifu, couldn't find one. You're gonna have to deal with this dragon. I'm sorry. Arya Organic is like 3 very small steps under previous Zeospantera. Not Sundara, Zeospantera. This is the best thing they fucking make, price performance-wise, hands down, full stop. It is glorious. And I'm talking sound. And actually comfort, as opposed to that, which had a really shitty headband tightness thing. This will actually fit a human and rest there. And I'm even using the stock pads. One of the biggest complaints I had with the Nano was they always, and they still, here's the thing, these are the same fucking pads on this $1,300 headphone, $1,300 by the way, Zeus, 1 gemstone in the title, that $500 headphone gets. They just keep putting them on their more expensive stuff. Like, no, we got 1 pad, it's fine. The pads need more luxury. And I changed them out to Dakoni pads and that, but I'm not going to change them out on this because I love the sound. And with the new headband, which is still the old style HiFiman headband, they're fine. They're fine. We're going to talk about the wire when I get to it. We're currently not using a HiFiman wire. This is a DD Hi-Fi wire, and it is god tier. But sound. I want to get the sound out of the way because it's like the least important thing when you're on Z reviews. You don't fuck about sound. You care about like all the other shit. Sound, you know. Sound, you should know. If you don't, these are fucking dumb. These are extremely detailed. And I want to use the word light, but I don't think people understand when I say L-I-T-E. Like, what does that mean, light? So let me exacerbate and expand. By the way, Desmat, Kirby's to this, all right? It feels like the driver doesn't weigh anything. One of the things about stacks, when you get a set of stacks, is that the driver membrane is super thin, and there's not even wires running across it because it's just like a powder membrane, and then it attracts the. So the lighter the driver, the faster you can move it because there's no mass there. And you move a big fucking driver, it's like whoa, 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 whoa. Even on a headphone, a normal 50mm driver has weight to it, and it has to be pushed in and out with magnets. With the planar magnetic, there's a bunch of magnets on either side of it, and then the wires are on the membrane, and the membrane then moves back and forth. And it is a big fucking membrane. But the membrane being thinner and the wires they run across it being thinner means that everything can move faster. And that's when I say it sounds light, that's what I mean. It's light in the same way a Formula fucking 1 car is light. All right? No one would line up a fucking 2 vehicles and be like, do you want to take the light car or the heavy car? I'd be like, I want the heavy car. Heavy car is better. Heavy car is not better. Light car is better. These sound light. Put that back on. The comfort is tremendous. So what do we got? Bobby Digital. Glorious Day. Feet Dexter Wiggles. Currently running off the Rebel amp. It is not a balanced amp. I could swap to the Atom. I could swap to the SMSL stacks. I could go to the Black Ice with the converter box or without. Let's try it without, actually. This is 14 watts a channel. It does not need it. It's actually not just light in the weight of the driver or weight of the sound, which I'm going to get to, but in the ability to drive it is like nothing. It's like, whatever. Does take up a little bit of the flavor. Like a Rebel amp is definitely Class A sounding. This definitely is an IFI, which has all its little bells and whistles and buttons and features. God, it's so fucking clear. It's hard to do a review of an open back headphone like this with a new camera because I'm sure it hears everything. So I have to keep pausing it. I just want to keep listening to things. Like I could hear sounds not just occurring, I could hear sounds occurring and then moving. Physically, like along the fascia of the driver, because in the recording studio, that's what happened. Some guy was hitting a drum, and then his stick physically moved to another drum, and I could hear that in these because it's so detailed. And now, I don't want you to get confused either with detail equals treble murder, because detail can equal treble murder. Abyss. But this is just on that cusp of like, all right, it's bright, but the brightness has to be there because you literally can't shove this much detail into a headphone without some sort of brightness. But you got to make sure you quell it down. And I'm sure the pads have one thing to do with it. I would love to get a plethora of Taconi pads. Sorry, my brain, I had a little bit of coffee this morning, and that was it kicking in just that second. Was like, hey, you know what caffeine feels like when it's in your central nervous system? Okay. Fuck. Build for a quick second. This is a headband from like their cheaper stuff. It used to be their cheaper stuff, and now it's like their more expensive stuff. And it's not the greatest. Like it slides and it locks, and this has got some padding into it, which is nice. I love the clamp is nice and linear. Did I have to grease something here? I feel like I remember having to grease one of these because it was squeaky, but this one seems pretty good. LNR indicators there on the inside of the headband. The pads we've already discussed are rudimentary at best, but I'm not going to change them out. The wood here is nice. It's a nice touch. Like the $500 one, you don't expect a lot. It's silver, whatever. You're getting over $1,000. You're gonna want give me something headphone maker, HiFiman or fucking anybody. So we got the wood right in here, the inlaid wood, nice and wrapped around. It probably won't crack. It's not very shiny. It's just sort of like a dull wood, but it's there. There is wood. The back aluminum. It's if you erase the name and you erase the name on all the HiFimans ever that have been in this shape, you probably look back and probably love the original HU1000s the most, where they had the most like pop and jazz, and they had layers of wood, and it was a whole thing. The HiFimans corrected that complication because they need to concern themselves more with what the driver's doing and accessories, and just get this build simple. They've got it pretty fucking simple. Weight is not so. I mean, they're a big headphone. They look and feel like they look and feel like. You see how fast I'm twisting that around? That's as fast as I could turn it because of the mass of them. But the weight is super evenly distributed. You got a good range of motion with this other headband, not that one. Just put them all. I guarantee you, HiFiman, that this doesn't cost you that much more than that. Just put this one on everything. Save yourself one headband to rule them all. It's so much better. It actually sits and fits. It's beautiful. I'm going to, for 1 second, I'm going to stop jizzing about them because AC/DC riffraff. You know what? X space and X bass. Oh, like the bass is so fast too. It's just, and it's not even like it's doing G. It's just like it's happening. It's like energetic and moving in and out. It's like, ooh. These are some of the best headphones you can get for $1,000, straight up. And I'm looking at ZMF headphones there. Focal headphones are there. Fostex are obviously hit or miss depending on your source gear. What else do we got? SJY has, well, the Horizons might be more controlled than these because I have the Horizons upstairs and I am astonished every time I play those. But these are just going to be, they are more headphone. This is more headphone than most headphones at $1,000. I kept looking at my wall like I'm waiting for the thing to pop out and be like, oh, never mind, don't get these, get this. and I don't see it. Tungsten is there. Tungsten single-sided for $1,500, which is more money. Is probably a more rounded headphone, more well-rounded headphone, but I don't know if it beats this for the airiness. The air in this is the fucking key. That lightweight, thin driver, you put them on, and usually when I'm wearing a headphone, here's the thing. When I'm wearing a headphone, this new DJI camera I'm using with the image stabilization that's actually built in and not a fucking GoPro piece of shit. The GoPro used to scream when you turned it on. You hit a button, it was like, beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, all right, I know I'm recording. This DJI is very gentle. You hit the button, it's like, ding. One little tiny beep. And usually I have to either wear the headphones off of my ears so I could hear it, or pause, hit start, and unpause, and then take the headphones off so it all looks seamless. They're so open, though, that even if I'm playing AC/DC riffraff, I can hear the beep through the headphone while playing it. So if you're looking for headphones that block out sound, these do the exact polar opposite of that. And that has to do with the space I'm in. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And that translates into the music somehow. The music now feels like it's not even there. Or it feels like it's there, but it feels like there's nothing in the way of it. The Zeospantera Unveiled, which I discussed this a little bit in the Nano review, which is the new like $8,000 flagship, bypassing the Zeospantera, which was $6,000, which you never bought at $6,000. That is the ultimate culmination of this because it's so thin it doesn't even exist. Like, it doesn't exist. There's no dampening. There's no nothing. I'm just wearing I feel like I'm wearing like just a ring on my ears with nothing between me and the world. There's maybe like a 2 dB drop. And that lack of dampening to the outer world means when I play a song, I'm like, where is the sound coming from? Is it, headphones I'm wearing. Oh, okay. Oh. God, this is from Dragon Ball Z. I don't remember. This is Briefs 2. I don't know. It's got the whole thing. But it's like, there's just this boom, boom. And it's just the whole world is doing this now at me. And then there's like a little violin playing. Music is great. You don't have to have specific Diana Krall songs. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever heard a Diana Krall song all the way through. Although I probably heard her entire discography because I go to shows. We need to stop praising these for a second. And we need to talk about the worst thing about these, about the organics. It's the wire. Could you guess? Could you fucking guess? So this wire, this is DD Hi-Fi. This is a beautifully crafted 4.4 to this 2-wire twist. I think this wire is like $150. But I mean, look at it. Look at the grays and the golds and the custom made. Look at this brass split that says BC150B. Zeos, look up the BC150B. Headphone upgrade cable. Specifically, can I push this in there? No. But 3.5 millimeters on the cans. Thank you, HiFiman. Just make this the stock default on everything. But like, the beauty of this cable. Oh man, it is something to behold. Let me show you the stock cable, because I kind of gave a semi praise to the one for the Ananda Nano, which I'm giving away when I do the yard sale. But it was like 2.5, but it was a thick, heavy rubber wire that was flexible, and it was the right length, and it had a right angle connector, which was kind of weird, but it was okay. This is the wire that comes with your $1,300 organic headphone. Did you want a permanently affixed 1/4 inch with the most strain relief you've ever fucking seen? God, I hope you did, because if you didn't, you're getting it anyway. Let me hold this. Oh my God. This wire is dumb and bad. Assume it doesn't come with a wire. Just straight up. In fact, you know what? APOS, this wire is perfect for APOS, because APOS has it right there. Get the Arya Organic only for $1,300, or this pull down is like, or different wire, different wire, different wire, different wire, different wire combo. And you're gonna buy one of those. Maybe by the time this comes out, the Magia cable, which is my collab with APOS, this is basically gonna, I'm not gonna say replace their line, but their APOS flow cables haven't been the greatest cable, but always better than whatever the fuck this is. Just what is this? What is this split? Why is it so fat? And it's got that perfect little ridge in it so that it catches like on every surface, and it's just long enough. Look at the length. And it's just if I bend it, watch this. You ready? It's like a fucking solid copper wire in here. Please, the love of God. This is the perfect amount of strain relief if this was a plug for a medical device. You go to your dentist, and your dentist has a plug that goes into his, machine, and he's, accidentally going to yank it, so it's got to have the good strain relief. But first of all, number one, why the fuck isn't this balanced? Number two, why isn't just a 3.5 with an adapter? No one. All right, in the comments, seriously, in the comments, I want to know. You will not be, don't hate these people if they, who wants a permanently affixed 1/4 inch, and tell me why. At least one of you that's watching this is hearing my voice and going, I kind of do Zeos, but please explain to me why. It's 2024, unless you're watching this and it's 2025 or 2026. But I think we've kind of figured out that this is a thing that you can do. You can just adapt to make it larger, and then look at what. Okay, I'm done yelling about the cable. I just want to know. I gotta know. Who's asking for this? Who? I can't even fold it. It's too long. Go away. Go away, cable. Fuck you. Okay. So now I'm over that. I needed to get that out of my system. It's been sitting on that table for fucking weeks. And every time I moved something, the cable rocked over. Didn't fall like a cable. It was standing up vertically. It was fall over. All right, back to some beautiful Audiophile stuff for this, which let me shut off the bass. X bass off and X space off. We don't need it. So yeah, the APOS flow termination cables you're going to buy one. Or you're going to buy the Magia cable. Or you're going to buy DD Hi-Fi. You're going to buy fucking Periapp. Anybody. You're going to take a cable off of a lesser headphone and put it on this because you just don't want to lose your fucking mind. Back to praising the shit out of them now, though, because now that we've cleared out the negatives are done. I don't know if this came with a box, like an actual carry case. I think that's the box there, and I'll get it out later. Can we go back to listening? What just happened? Oh. These are an Event headphone. These are a headphone. I know my Eris exists. It's $250, by the way. Check it out on Amazon. But when you're watching something, not just listening to music. Music is one aspect of what you can do with a headphone. Just one. There's plenty of things you could do with a headphone that is not music. And I don't think people focus on that enough. And I'm not just talking about gaming. I'm talking about movie watching. I'm talking about, spoken word, ASMR, all these other things that requires sound in some way that a headphone is very much a part of it. These are an Event headphone in that if you're watching the Grand Prix, right now the Formula One is going on in London, if you want to know when I recorded this, and Golden Sound is there and he's sending videos. If you were watching that at home and you wanted to taste the fucking fuel injection of those things, you'd wear these headphones. Because you would hear, and you would just, they are that sort of who did the big concert sound? That was a Hibby thing. These are that. These are the big concert sound. These have, and it's not even like they're huge soundstage. That's another thing. I think Eris beats them in soundstage. But that doesn't matter because what we're getting from this is like an omnipresence of audio ability. It's like you're wearing 7 headphones in a row. The driver in this, which I'll pull off the thing, even though I hate pulling off the thing. Oh, God. Come on. Gentle. The drivers in this, which I'm not going to take that off. It's all of this. This whole, it's as big as my hand. all of this is making sound. Up here is making sound, and over here is making sound, and back here is making sound. So much so that the hole in this, which is fucking... You want to talk about how many knuckles? How about I could wear it as a goddamn bracelet? Right? The hole in this is so big. It's a fist. It's one whole fist, and it's still not as much space as this driver would need to be completely exposed. You are getting just inundated by sound pressure waves with this headphone. And the thing is, it's great. It's not overdoing any part of it. It's not too bassy. It's not too trebly, although it does touch on some things. And I like put it on a tube and I'm like, all right, calm it down. I put it on Class A and I'll go warm it up. But there's just so much sound. By the way, the clip system here. If the clips don't break, that's great. Clickety click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Wow, so much for being a professional audio reviewer. They take your card away if you can't put your pads back on in a timely, concise manner. Why does it feel like this doesn't even want to fit anymore? Like it's from a different headphone all of a sudden. There we go. There we go. Anyway, while I'm failing to do this, seem to rotate. No, that's good. Yeah, we got it. We got it. I just don't want to put my finger through the driver or anything stupid. It does spin completely around, which might bother some of you. I know some of you people have like limiters, but as long as you just know how to straighten it, you're good. Am I good? Am I good? Checking for seal. I think this one might here. Might be just not in. Yeah, right there. There's one. Perfect. These headphones sort of redefine what I was expecting from HiFiman. For years, I've known what to recommend HiFiman for. Sundara. Not Susvara. Sundara. $350. Very open, very natural. Planar. They sit right there on my shelf. When the 2021 revision came out, it was better than the previous revisions. Sold the previous revision, kept that one. That's always been sort of the case. Like, they have a decent headphones. You're going to watch out for the build, which the fucking wire just persistently... Just fix it. Buy someone else's wire. But, you know, it was always like, all right, you could get a HiFiman, or you can get this, or you can get this, or you can get a ZMF. Now it's like, you're going to buy this headphone from them. You're going to blow $1,200. 12 large. Or 13 large. Actually, what is it? Hold on, let me see. How much did the price go up with the wire? I didn't even notice. Yeah, so it's, if you get just the headphone, it's $1,300. If you get it with a 4.4 terminated A+ flow cable, it's $1,300. They don't even raise the fucking price because they know you're gonna buy. So it's regardless, it's $1,300. Is there one that actually costs more? Nope, they're all $1,300. Off of cables. Back to sense, or just breathe it in, Zeos. You're gonna buy this headphone. You just are. If you're interested in getting a planar that for some reason isn't the Mod House tungsten, because it's like a 14, either take your pick, week, month, or year wait for tungsten because it's that good. This is a great holdover. This just keeps you in line. This over Abyss Diana almost every time. And that's saying something, because I really do like the Abyss Diana. They're right there. Those are $4,000 for the whatever revision of this TC Plus, the MR. But these are just, they're more of an event. They do bass bigger. They do detail as clear. They do soundstage just a little bit wider. These are not soundstage monsters. They're how do I say this without sounding like an asshole? They're subtle. Imagine a fucking HiFiman headphone that's subtle. That's what these are. They're the most subtle giant person you've ever fucking witnessed. They're 9.5 feet tall, yet they walk into a room and you don't notice them. And they sit there and they do their job. Bert Jansch, In the Bleak Midwinter. That's a Christmas song? This is some serious Christmas shit happening. Hold on, wait. Bleak midwinter, long, long Yeah, I think these could be the best all-rounder that HiFiman's ever made. Period. They eliminate the need for a lot of other, certainly from their entire line. If you were ever wondering, like, well, Zeos, what about the old Arya? Fuck it, organic. What about my Nanda or Nanda? No, organic. Don't even call them the Ananda or the Arya anymore. Just call them the organics. Because I don't think they put organic on anything else. They made one in nano, they made one in organic. They made them like that in nano, and this in nano would be a whole series. These are organic as hell. They feel like they belong. They feel like they're doing the best job HiFiman can do tuning a headphone. And I don't even hate the color. So other than the wire, which you're gonna not buy, obviously, or not keep, or not use, they're fucking amazing. 13 out of 7. There you go. I gave it a number. You happy? So yeah, I'm staring at because I like the Ananda Nanos way more than I like the old Anandas. So I'm selling the old Anandas. But now this review is done, I'm like, well, should I just sell that one too? And just keep this? Because it's the same shape. It's not like you're getting one and those are, I'm keeping these. These get kept. These are a keeper. These are a Zeos keeper. In fact, I might not even put them up on the wall. I might put them on the shelf. Not the abandonment shelf. This is a shelf of shit I just pull out all the fucking time. Although I'm lying because I don't pull those out. These are the Dakoni ones. Dakoni Cobalts. Look, they're even signed by the creator. But here, look. Perfect. This is the headband that HiFiman's using on their new $8,000 fucking... Unless they're changing it. But when I heard it in Munich, they were using this. They might be changing it. So hopefully they change that. But like... Keep going, HiFiman. I believe in you. I know that all the little things I'm complaining about could be fixed. And then there'll be no stopping you. And, I mean, fuck, I got to pull out the EF 499 and 500 to go with the EF 600, which is like my favorite DAC amp combo. Holy shit. HiFiman is trying to take over the world. And this is one step fucking closer. And also a hair under there that how do I get that hair out? There you go. Because that's quite a big gap between this and that fabric. So you're probably going to have a harder time keeping these clean than most. If that was just against, it'd be easy. But I wouldn't recommend putting a can of spray air in here. You'll put too much pressure on the driver. Anyway, I'm done. Giant dragon girlfriend in the wallpaper horde. Patreon and subscribe star support this channel. If you want to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, get lossless sound demos, which I have to sound demo these, get all the previous sound demos. Those are no longer public on YouTube ever again, and have a monthly Q&A. That is $5 a month on Patreon or Subscribe Star. If you want to ask me questions directly, immediately, and all the goddamn fucking time, $10 a month puts you in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, which also allows you to enter the Swap Meet channel, which you're in for life, where you can buy, sell, and trade your gear. And, yeah. Speaking of organic, I should go make some organic food. Delicious. Actually, no. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put these back on. I'm going to switch them over to something a little bit more tube related, which these don't necessarily need. And I'm going to try something other. I'm going to do some Symphony number 9 from Stakovich. And I'll see you all in the next one. Oh.